We already discussed the type of trouble you get into when you have 3 Ks put together.
I see in your future the 3 Kevin. We know we've got a Kevin drummer also who's been on the show. So we got a Kevin drummer for you. So
all right. Are we doing this? Is this really going to be a show?
the man says we're ready.
All right. If Devin says we're ready, then we're ready.
Then we're ready.
So let's go ahead and do the informal informality here and go. Ow. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let's try that again.
That was painful.
That has to stay in now.
Hey, everybody. I am Kevin McLaughlin, and this is the Riffs and
Rhythms podcast, and I'm Paul Robertson.
What's up, Paul?
Not much there. So you know that we had an iguana alert going on the last couple days here.
Oh, I know that there are 2 reasons why it's bad for it to be freezing in Florida. Number 1, all the oranges die. Mm-hmm. Number 2 is all of the freaking lizards start falling out of the trees because they can't move. And when it's raining lizards, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. It's no fun.
No bueno. So we finally got winter here in Florida.
Yes, we finally got winter.
Right.
We have penetrated deeply into January at this point.
Right. So
What do you mean by that?
yeah, please explain.
We're way into January.
You know, you living in the state of Florida, talking about weather, you can't use the term penetrate all at the same time in a shape that's
Why not?
a state that's shaped like the penis.
Do not come.
Florida is the dangling penis of the United States, let me tell you.
That's right. So anyway, so it's good to be back. A lot has been going on here. You know, I was looking back at I know we talked about this last week, was some of the video that I took from the Rock and River Walk. Show that was a great
Good job, by the way.
Yeah.
That was one of our best shows
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
So, great crowd, great turnout, great weather also. So it was a really good show. Good event, good a day too. We also, again, reminder that we celebrated your birthday.
I perform way better when there's a lot of people looking.
Do you usually do that in the bathroom?
Hopefully not
Okay,
by myself.
okay.
You weren't supposed to do that.
No, what we're talking about is, as a musician, when there's a big responsive audience, you are empowered to put on a better show. And that's the way it went at the Riverwalk, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, it adds to it, right? So, and we've talked a lot about that, is how whether you're playing for one person or 10,000 people, but to play like you're playing always for that larger crowd, but it sometimes, as you guys have talked, it's an energy thing. It adds to it, right?
I've done both. I've played for one person and I've played for 10,000 people, and you can put on the same show, but it's 10,000 times the work to put that kind of show on for one person, because if you don't already know, if you're a music fan, it's a two-way street. Us as musicians, we're putting out energy, and if you don't give it back to us, then it's just like,
Yep.
it's hard to maintain that energy. But if we give it to you and then you give it back, it's like a big giant reflective mirror when there's 10,000 people in the audience and you go, yeah, and they turn around and go, yeah.
So what you're saying is
It's energizing. It makes you way younger, and you can do stuff that you would never be able to do otherwise.
so when there's a lot of people that are into it and the crowd is into it, you say that you got BKE?
Oh, wait a minute. What is that?
It's a Big Kevin energy?
Big Kevin energy is what we're all about tonight, which is a perfect segue. By the way, we actually have a guest tonight. Did you know that, Paul?
I don't know. I wasn't sure, if what was going on here before the show. We were just hanging out and drinking as usual.
And this guy that's been in here talking to us all this time is our guest, and he is the embodiment of Big Kevin energy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and only Kevin Kelly with us.
Hello, how you doing? Glad to be here. I'm bringing the bass energy
There you go.
to it as a band member. So I have played with you, Kev, and we've had a great time. And I definitely felt the energy when you were performing.
Yeah.
And we were performing together. We really loved it. So
Yeah, and
it was a
thank
good vibe.
you for your big round bottom.
Yeah, it's pretty small, but I like to project as a big guy.
There you go.
Hey,
Yeah, and Kevin, as a bass player, has performed with me a number of times, and it's always been a blast. And you've got a whole lot of musical projects that you've got going on, and we're going to give you a chance to talk about that as soon as we feel like it.
yeah. When we get bored to hearing ourselves talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. By all means, please.
So
Keep it going.
another part of the rhythm sections on the podcast. I think you mentioned before the show was
This may be our actual first bass player as a guest.
I think
Double check us.
so.
Watch every
Yeah.
episode and tell us if we're right or not.
Fact check us.
There's nearly 70 of them.
Yep.
So in a couple weeks, let us know.
Yep. So how did you guys cross paths here? So
I think there was a phone call.
It was
Hi.
in the beginnings of the Kevin.
Hi, I'm calling. Would you like to renew your auto?
Yeah, I asked him.
My name's Kevin. Oh, hey, my name's Kevin too. Well,
I asked him if he was aware that his auto warranty was about to expire, and he's like, "No, I didn't know that, but I'm a bass player. Have you got any gigs?"
And that's what happened. And I was like, yeah.
That's how it went.
Hell yeah.
No,
It worked out well.
actually, it was Mike Lachavo, the drummer that plays with me and has played on my album. He was like, "I think Kevin Kelly's auto warranty is almost up." No, he's like, "I got a great bass player. You gotta have him." Because in the beginning, I was like, I just booked gigs regardless of if I had ever asked anybody if they were available or not. So I would book a bunch of shows and then try to hire some people that would perform them with me. And you were one of them. And every time you played on the show, it was freaking awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.
very cool.
But we had a great time, and it was just a good vibe. That's what it was. That's what we love.
Yeah, and now that he's played with the Kevin McLaughlin band, I call him back and he's like, "Yeah, I've catapulted past you, brother. You got me some notoriety, and now I'm just plain too busy for you."
Who is this? Who is this?
Oh, is this one of? I've got you under my in my catalog as Little People. No, I'm
Crazy.
just kidding. Kevin's freaking awesome.
Well,
So tell us why you're so busy, because you got a lot of cool stuff going on.
I got a whole bunch of stuff going on. I got single shows. I've got duo shows with me and my wife. We have a show called Pet Name for the Girl. Her name is Michelle, and I call her Misha. That's my pet name for her. So she goes, "What should we call ourselves?" And I said, "Pet Name for the Girl." So she and I have that. She's an amazing singer, Michelle. And so we just played New Year's Eve. We have like maybe like 5 or 6 shows a year, so it's not that busy. But
The
it's
girl
fun
with
to
2
do.
first names,
The girl, yeah, 2 first names.
Michelle Kelly,
That's right.
as Misha.
As Misha, that's her stage name.
Sweet.
And then I have the Kevin Kelly Trio, which played at numerous times around the Florida area. So that's been fairly busy. And then I play in an Eagles tribute called The Long Run.
Oh,
and
okay.
we're a national act that tours all over the country.
Okay. Oh.
So
If you're looking for another project, I see in your future the 3 Kevins. We know we've got a Kevin drummer also who's been on the show. So we got a Kevin drummer for you. So you'd be like Bob Newhart and my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Yeah.
oh yeah. That's one of my favorite quotes.
We'll get
from
Vince
that
Gill to play guitar in a Kevin Kelly tribute band.
show. Oh, he could do it.
3 Kevins together sounds like trouble because we've already discussed.
Yes, the initials.
We already discussed the type of trouble you get into when you have 3 Ks put together.
Yes, we
yeah.
did talk about that extensively.
Yeah.
But in that case, it's like 6 Ks put together. How many Ks is that? I don't know. A lot of Ks.
That's a lot of Ks.
Are we now at the
They say
baseball
every-
game now?
They say every kiss begins with
Good
K
in
too.
boxing
so.
too.
That's it.
There's too many jokes. Too many layers.
So, wow, you keep pretty busy then. So,
Oh, yeah.
So, are you a full-time musician or? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
good.
Yeah. I've had a lot of day jobs in the past, but I've moved on from
Hey.
the day jobs.
So he missed being chased by dogs, so he got into a touring band.
Being chased by dogs being a reference to being a mailman in the Jupiter, Florida area. And I did that for 7 years, and I went, oh, no thank you. And then I just moved on.
And you say you're familiar with the era that we're at here, so you probably delivered mail to this studio at one point.
This direct door. right here to this mailbox.
Yeah.
Sad as it is, but there was a time.
So it would have probably been the time when I first moved into this room, this place that we rent, and it was totally a scene from the 70s. It was obviously the rock wall is so screaming 70s. Then we had this couch that nobody would ever sit on. It was like a 70s style, that rough fabric, and
A 76 Nissan Sentra with a Class 3 hitch welded to the back.
yep.
With a huge equipment trailer.
And you like our two-way mirror? So we're sure porn was being shot in this room because of the two-way mirror.
Yeah, we polished that couch and it's really brown.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's not sticky though. Relax.
Yeah.
We put powder on it.
It's an extra
So-
sprayed on.
They did have to put a cinder block under it though, because someone tried to steal the rims.
Yeah,
That's
Devin's
true.
right. He's right.
No, if you look,
Yeah.
there is
There's
literally
a
a
cinder block.
underneath
I feel
couch.
the cinder block, and as a rock and roll guy, I like the cinder block.
Oh.
It's good.
Gonna put that on a t-shirt.
It's dirty. They put a hair on it.
So now behind that mirror is the detective and Lucifer are watching us now.
They're watching it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Chris Hansen's back there too. So, how long you been in Jupiter then?
Since '88, I moved down from the D.C. area, and I broke up with my girlfriend. I left my pizza delivery job, and came and joined the band in West Palm Beach.
Oh my, that had to be a huge sacrifice.
It was just about the same thing as delivering pizza.
So that reminds me of my all-time favorite bass player joke.
Which is
What's the difference between a bass player and a large pizza?
what?
A large pizza can feed a family of 4.
He's brutal, isn't he?
He ain't lying, and there's so many more bass player jokes.
But see, I only give it out because I like to. I can take it too if you got some guitar player
Yeah,
jokes, and
no.
there are. Not only
Very
are
many.
they're not funny because they're way too true.
I got a good one. I got a good sound guy joke.
Oh, I get what is it?
How many sound guys does it take to change a light bulb?
I have no idea.
None. I don't do lights.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, and by the way, the voice you're hearing, and if he's not
That's
on
right.
camera, is
The ghost.
is the ghost on the aux himself, Mr. Devin Merchant.
That's right. Yeah.
Thanks for the applause. Woo!
Yes, yes, and Devin's actually recording my music video on Thursday.
Nice. That should be fun.
But by music video, we should specify not a music video, but a video of a performance.
A video of a live performance.
Yeah.
Oh, what venue are
Which is
you?
a little bit different than a music video.
So
Earl's
Kevin.
Hideaway.
So Kevin's gonna get somewhere. Kevin's gonna get somewhere between the Blair Witch Project and like Fifth Thriller.
Oh, that's you know what? That's a great idea. We need to do some Blair Witch on stage. Like, oh no, you're here. We got to do that.
Well, you know what was actually a really cool filming technique or like idea method? Do you know the movie Project X that was all about that crazy house party that the kids threw? Well, it was supposed to be like the biggest party, like house party ever. And it was based on a real thing that happened. But the way they filmed it was, or one of the things they did when they filmed it was they gave all the extras a bunch of like camera phones and stuff and said, just film whatever. Because they're having a real party pretty much while they're filming.
Right.
And so they collected all the phones at the end and took pieces from that to make it like authentic, like social media, like what you would
Then we
footage.
need to come up with a hashtag and have everybody in the audience upload everything to the hashtag or put it on social media and hashtag it so we can get all of that crazy, awful footage.
Project K.
Project K.
More K's.
Special K.
Can't get away.
Yeah, special.
Yes, yes, because when you
He
wake
is
up in the
special.
morning, those frosted flakes will fall off when you hit the floor.
Does it sound like?
Oh. Yes, that's what it sounds like.
Some AMSR.
Disgusting!
So
Monday morning.
So fill us in on the long run. What's it like touring with an Eagles tribute band?
Good, really good. We got first of all, the material is home run every night, only because we are simulating.
I've heard the Eagles have a few hit songs.
One or two.
One or two.
So the whole night is hit after hit, and so it's easy to feel successful because you're emulating your heroes, some of your rock heroes, and so the audiences are very receptive to hearing a cover band do that. But if you do it as authentic as you can, based on your talent, ability, then they actually think you're the Eagles. Matter of fact, we did a show in Idaho. We did a fly out.
That reminds me of a joke too, but go ahead.
We lived in our own private one, but it was a fly out for a state fair.
Thank you for slipping that in there.
State Fair of Idaho.
Kevin missed it.
Dead. It's okay.
Private Idaho.
It's 'cause
Yeah,
I'm a
no,
guitar player.
that's why I brought it up. I live in my own private one.
Yeah. Your private Idaho.
One of the girls, after we were doing an after show thing, and she said, "Which one of you is the original member?" And it was like, "No, ma'am, we're just a cover version. We're just a tribute." And she was like, "Oh, is it the guy who looks like Neil Young? Because we've got a guy with really long hair."
And then
People
you were
think
like,
he's
"Yeah."
Neil Young. That guy's not an original member of the Eagles. So every once in a while you get that weird thing, and then sometimes people really think they're seeing the Eagles.
Wait, she
if
was
you do it right.
nobody picked straws and wanted to get banged by this chick. Apparently, that's what was supposed to happen. And
Yeah, because there's not much to do in Idaho from what I can hear.
I got to tell you guys, go to Idaho. It's Colorado that you don't know about.
It's closer to Seattle.
It's awesome, man.
Colorado,
No,
but
you gotta
close to
go.
Seattle.
Yeah, well, kind of be in between, somewhere in there. But we loved Idaho. Just being there from the audience. Their reaction was really great, and they think sometimes they think, if you do it right, that they're seeing the Eagles. So that's what it's like to be in that tribute band.
So is that why you call it Colorado? Because everybody's doing like gummies that make them not be able to see.
Oh my God, it's pretty much
Yeah.
the gummy state. They should put that on
It's the gummy state,
the license plate. Yeah.
Idaho. Which I can't stand it. The worst joke I've ever heard is an Idaho joke.
Let's hear it.
It's like, okay, so there's
Bad
a,
jokes are what we do. Right?
There's a whole pile of potatoes. How can you tell which one is the potato prostitute?
Which one?
It's the one that says Idaho.
Oh. Yeah.
It is the worst joke ever, but that's why I remember it so well.
I like the way that Paul reacted on that. He was like,
way to go, Idaho.
That's right. Apologies to all you Idahoans.
I'm just going to do it now.
There you go. There you go.
But go to Idaho. You won't be
I have a
disappointed.
cousin who lives in Idaho. How you doing, Barbara? Haven't seen you in years. I'll come by. Now I know why I moved there.
So that's got to be, especially those, and you as well, right, Kevin, is in your tribute band is with the Allman Brothers. Somebody coming up or people that attend those shows are like uber fans that are there. And some, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of both. But you know what I'm trying to go with it is there's people that really know that music you're performing and emulating. Right, that they know those nuances, those little things that you got to put in. It's not just like, well, wait a minute. There's a part that you guys missed it, or you didn't do this, or whatever it may be. Right?
Yeah.
Do you
The
agree
first
with-
time I ever ran into that is when I was playing with Dave Lubeck, and we would play Molly Hatchet songs. And at the end of the show, people would walk up and they'd be like, point at me. I saw you in '72 in the Forum. You guys fucking rocked. You guys are still just as good. And it'd be like, who let this guy in here?
And that's what happens when you do a tribute. They think you're them.
Yeah.
Thanks. Go buy 20 T-shirts now over at the merch table.
So
So,
it's really
yeah,
true. That's
yeah.
that's part of the experience of being one of the tributes is they want you. They want Kevin to be the guitarist.
Yeah. So have you performed like here in Jupiter, the Abacoa Amphitheater?
Yes,
Okay.
we play every year. March 16th, I think, is our
Okay,
next
coming up.
show.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's busy all over the place. It's busy nationally. It's busy locally. And we also work for Royal Caribbean cruise ships. So we're the only Eagles tribute to play on the various ships and
the official Royal Caribbean Eagles
Band.
tribute
Yeah.
band.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
hell,
They've probably done
he should have
like
opened up with that.
10 of their ships, maybe 15 of their ships. Not the big ones, the new ones like the Icon and all that stuff. They don't. They've got new programs going on that are not traditional rock and roll programs. So they have DJs or something. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we do all the other ships on there.
So on a cruise, on average, how often do you have to perform?
4 shows a week. So we'll do on a Tuesday, we'll do a 7 and we'll do a 9:15. 2 showings in the theater. And then on like Friday, we'll do the same 2 shows. And then that's it. The rest of the time.
So you're stuck on the ship all week for 4 shows?
Yeah,
It must be awful.
And we're getting paid.
Yeah.
You need to get that Allman Brothers band on the boat.
Yeah, well, give them a call and let them know how how that works, and tell me how it went.
But it's great being at sea. Actually, if you like being at sea, it's great, and I do. It's the ocean is amazing, and being lost somewhere is great because I'm lost most of the time anyway, so I'm fine.
You're not having to look at the guitar, what the guitar player's playing. Where are we at?
He's like, third verse. Okay, third verse.
I'll be like, no. Second dot.
Musicians.
So our fellow podcast partner there, Brad Brock, there you go, Brad. There's your mention, and he's performed a lot on cruise ships as a soloist and for quite many years and.
Yeah, for many years.
Yeah, so very sure similar stories that you guys probably could share some of those crazy cruise.
Yeah,
because
You're stuck.
musicians or entertainers are kind of at the top of the worker hierarchy, right? It's like
You're one of the least despised crew members.
Right. It's nice to be an entertainer. So yeah, I totally agree. There's a little bit more status involved.
Are you in the crew section of the ship for sleeping quarters?
No.
You're-
We get regular
Nice.
rooms, same as regular cruisers. So we get rooms. So that's nice, and we can come out and mingle with the crew.
That's good because when the ship engine throws a rod, you don't want the bass player to be impaled. You want to put him in a cabin that's a little higher.
He's down there with Leonardo DiCaprio on that boat.
Yeah. Down with the chickens and the Model Ts.
Oh my god! And nowadays there's cameras everywhere. So it's like.
Oh yeah, you can't get away with the kind of sexual exploitation as you're used to, can you?
So the
80s.
So I think we're so close, we might as well just jump to it. So Kevin, we've got a segment here. It's called Tales from the Road.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're at this probably a good point to go ahead and ask you for. Do you have a Tales from the Road? Obviously, Spinal Tap stories, falling off stages.
Tales from the Sea.
Tales from the Sea. There you go.
Yeah, Tales from the Sea. I mean, sometimes people fall off ships.
They really do?
And they literally make an announcement for everyone throughout the ship to say one of our crew members jumped. And it's a serious, all of a sudden the big party stops and everyone has to look out and look to see if there's anyone who's fallen or jumped. And literally this happens on cruise ships probably once a week.
What do you have to circle? It must take 45 minutes to 3 hours for a ship that size to turn around.
Oh heck yeah. I mean, it's like all of a sudden a big serious thing happens and somebody jumped off. Whether it be a customer who got really wasted and fell off, and is now somewhere in the water they can't find. We're gonna turn around. Everybody, keep your eyes out. The captain will say, do that. Everybody look out for that person. And sometimes they do not find them. I haven't seen that person fall off, but I have heard stories about that. So stories from the ocean.
That is completely inconvenient.
It's serious
to fall
crap.
off and not be found. But you could, that's a long fall from some of those.
Some of them. It's like 16 stories
Yeah, you're
on the top of the ship.
If you hit the water the wrong way from 16 stories, you're just dead right there.
Yeah, and a lot of times that's the point. they're jumping.
Oh, you paid extra. You could have done that for free off the bridge. What the hell? You got to pay it fair to get that done?
Yeah, I wish it was a funny story, but it was less funny.
So you're talking about crew members and guests
And drunk guests, yeah.
If you don't,
started out funny.
but you definitely, if you're falling that high, you're definitely hitting.
Well, that could be a
you hit the
statement on
edge of the boat or side of the boat, right?
on the plight of low pay. Could be people throwing themselves off because of their low pay. The only way you can meet the bills is to get the insurance money.
They're gonna start putting suicide nets on the side of boats like they do in factories in China.
Oh my goodness! Do they have that?
In China, yes.
They should just make the buildings lower to the ground.
It's a big thing with the Foxconn, the main manufacturer for Apple. They're well known for having nets around the floors of the building, so because they have such a problem with people killing themselves by jumping off.
We just have a one-story building.
Good luck with that in China, in Shanghai.
Well, Expos, yeah.
boy.
We will only make Apple products on the 45th floor.
So stories from the road,
Yeah.
most of the time for us, the road has been okay. Other than, the whole we have to pee really bad at Buc-ee's.
Wait. Not on stage. Like, you have people
No, on
bring out
stage,
buckets
too.
while you're playing?
No, Buc-ee's.
Oh, Buc-ee's.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
It's-
the Buc-ee's are too far apart from each other while you're on the
Buc-ee's-
road? Is that what you're saying?
because Louisiana, there's one in North Florida, and then you have to go to Louisiana or North Georgia to get to the next.
So, Kevin,
Buc-ee's.
are you trying to say to me that you aren't willing to stop unless you can find a nice, clean bathroom?
No, there are rest stops on some of these highways that we tour on, and we stop wherever the hell we need to. But there are times when you want to get to the jerky wall at Buc-ee's. Have you been to?
Okay. Devin
The
thought you were
jerky
going
wall.
somewhere else. Like, I could hear his laugh when you said the jerky wall.
No, I know about the jerky wall.
The jerky wall?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
wasn't
like
sure.
the Wailing Wall?
No, well, I wasn't quite sure if he was going the jerky wall and he was still talking about the rest stop bathrooms.
That's the wall next to my bed in my childhood home.
Yeah, right? Where the socks stick to the wall for no
Yeah.
reason that anyone can figure out.
No, but actually, I have heard of the jerky wall at Buc-ee's. I've never been to a Buc-ee's,
I've
but
been-
it's
yeah.
a
Oh,
legendary
dude, you gotta
place.
go.
That's why
Wait till you
Pornhub
get to
pulled
the
out of
Wall of
Florida because
Jerky.
jerkywall.com is taking over the whole industry.
That's a great domain.
There goes our Bucky sponsor.
Hey, quick, get online
Yeah.
and buy jerkywall.com before it's too late.
But one of the goals while you're on the road is to get to the Buc-ee's and the Wall
Yeah.
of Jerky.
The Wall of Jerky.
Yeah, the Wall of Jerky.
I don't even want to know if, like,
All
I
the different
realize
flavors.
that there's a 12-foot by 72-foot display of beef jerky on the wall at Buc-ee's, but I'm not sure that's what you're actually talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
good.
And when you get to it, you just want to see it. You don't need to do anything physically, or you don't see it or touch it. Certainly don't want to stroke it. You want to just kind of stay,
You just go to worship
Wait,
the
wait,
jerky
wait.
wall without touching it.
worship it, and move on.
Do not come.
And you're certainly not going to eat any of it, are you?
You are certainly not. You're there for the pulled pork.
Oh, there's a blues song. I had to eat at the jerky wall.
Would they appreciate
Were
that
they?
in
This
Memphis?
morning,
Where the hell do we go?
No.
Oh my god!
I ate at the jerky wall.
Oh no.
And the place has good bathrooms.
I was really hungry.
We need Congress to bring funding to build the
I
jerky
ate it
wall.
all.
Yeah, we need Trump to build the jerky wall bigger, better. No,
That
but-
jerky wall
No, I
right
thi-
now
I
is
think-
so democratic.
I-
It's just way too small.
I think Trump is going to rename the jerky wall the Wall of America.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. Oh, our Gulf of
Yeah,
Mexico is
there
gone.
it is.
I just heard about that today.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think I'm on two minds. Can I derail the show for 1 second about
Yeah.
this?
Go for it.
Because I think that I'm on one of two minds on this. Because on one hand, it's like really stupid and silly and like a waste of time. But on the other hand, on like a grand scale, like historically speaking, it's kind of awesome to just take something
off
and
the
be
top
like,
of-
"This is ours now."
off the
we
top
have
of my-
we have most of the coastline. It's ours now. It's just
Off
it's
the
us.
top of my head, I can think about 4.5 million things that the president should be doing instead of renaming the Gulf of Mexico. Come on, Don. You got better shit to do. Yeah. You got better shit to do than rename our golfs.
Somebody owns the company that makes all the maps and all the books, and so there's probably there's always
makers.
map
Just makers are
remember,
getting all, there's
follow the money,
now
right?
there's a map maker jerky wall.
Rand McNally, take note.
Yes. So who's got stock in that company? So Derek, we may have
Let
to
me get on my Robin Hood here. Oh.
Kevin and I may have to do a road trip with you and take you up to the Buc-ee's in Daytona. So so
I've been to that Buc-ee's in Daytona, and I have seen the jerky wall, and it is spectacular.
is that before or after using the clean bathroom?
Well, you can't have both.
You dig up good paying jobs at Buc-ee's, actually. You see what they pay the folks that work there. Pretty good.
Yes, there's a sign as you're leaving.
Yep.
If you want to be the general manager, it's like 6 figures.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 figures.
But I don't think Bucky, who does appearances in the Bucky outfit, I don't think he makes 6 figures.
No,
Probably
but,
not.
But it's no wonder that Buc-ee's is successful because it is all about the beaver.
Totally about the beaver.
The beaver and the jerky wall. Yes.
I still have beaver nuggets left
That's not-
over from the last time I was at Buc-ee's.
And they're delicious.
They are. I just eat them.
So the beaver and the beaver and the jerky wall is like a porn version of Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, the beaver nuggets and the jerky wall.
beaver
are
nuggets.
on opposing
Beaver
sides.
and the Bucky.
Beaver and
Bucky and the beaver. Come on.
Breaker Tam 4. Have you ever been to two Buc-ee's at the same day?
No, I don't think I have.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
You got to sprinkle in a pilot every once in a while. And what's the other one?
Flying J.
Flying J.
That's right. They're in Fort Pierce, right? Yep. That intersection.
Flying
J.
J pilot and
Yeah.
Buc-ee's.
Yep.
Love the Flying J. Anytime there's a truck stop somewhere when you're a musician on the road, that's a good find.
Yeah, that's a good find.
It's the ones in the middle of Mississippi that
Yeah.
are like some weird crossroads, like where Robert Johnson was, that you don't sometimes always want to eat at.
I
don't know, but
you'd
they
be
got-
selling your soul for a good clean
the
They've
bathroom.
got
there.
the best biscuits there, though.
Good biscuit.
Do you want to test?
Funky
If you
biscuits.
And
can't-
gravy?
If you can't find the beaver, you go for a biscuit.
The biscuits and gravy go different.
Yeah, they do.
Hit different.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
So
they hit different when you're right in between the beaver nuggets and the jerky wall.
We've got very crazy. So, how many weeks are you on the road traveling with the tribute band?
With the long run, it's probably touring. Literally leaving Florida is maybe like 10 weeks a year.
Because it takes about 10 weeks to get out of Florida.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. There's a lot of Texas. There's Oklahoma City, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, Memphis, a little bit of Nashville, and then we head home to Georgia. And then really the majority of the touring is
Southeast.
is Florida.
Okay.
From here to Tampa to like Mount Dora. Have you done
I
Mount
have
Dora
been to
yet?
Mount Dora. Mount Dora is awesome.
They have an amazing theater there that you need to get into.
Oh,
Really
yeah?
awesome.
What's it called?
The Mount Dora
The Mount Dora
Performing Arts Center.
Performing Arts Center.
Great
MD Pack.
The Pack.
The MD Pack.
That's right.
New rapper name.
Yo, yo, yo.
MD Pack.
MD Pack.
So, what's the largest size you've performed in front of?
Probably
Wait.
the Municipal
What?
Auditorium, Nashville, which was fun.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yes?
a guitar player. My mind was just going way off.
Yeah, I'm trying to be the.
So bring it back.
Yeah.
He's trying to get us on focus by making sexual references about size and performance.
So before the big Nashville arena.
Thank you. This sponsor is brought to you by Blue Chew.
That's right.
Do not come.
Nashville Municipal Auditorium, which is like 8,000.
Cool.
And that was really fun. There weren't 8,000 people there. It was a special event that they rented out the room for, and there were maybe 1,000 people there. But it was the Nashville Arena before they have the new the big arena now.
Oh, downtown, the Bridgestone.
Bridgestone Arena. Yeah. So before that, there was this other arena which we played at.
Oh no.
They
With a
call it
hockey
the
team.
Muni.
Okay.
Yeah, the hockey team
Yeah,
might have played there.
Smashville. Yeah.
Apparently they said Elvis played there, and Prince and Kiss and Queen and all the big stars. When they didn't, when they came to Nashville, they played this particular arena, and we got to play that arena. And that's what tributes will get you every once in a while to some of the larger places.
Yeah.
Like I stood right where
Cool.
Elvis stood and performed. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's awesome. You mean they made Elvis stand where the bass player plays?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Apparently, he liked the bass, just the sound of the bass. I don't know.
He likes the big bottom.
It's the weirdest
The
thing.
resonating low flappiness.
So freaky, man. But I will say that that's true. It's all true.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
We'll save that for the Patreon. We'll take photos later.
So where can people find out information about the long run?
TheLongRun.rocks, ROCKS. Also, Fans of the Long Run is our Facebook site. That always promote during our shows. So that's good. And kgkelly.com is my personal website that has all my shows and everything. So I try to keep it as updated as I can in between sobriety.
All right. So if someone is in Southeast Florida and they want to see the Kevin Kelly duo or trio, how do they get that done?
kgkelly.com. We'll show you exactly what date I'm playing at and where I'm at and what time.
Awesome.
Very cool. So these are all the projects. Do you working on any original stuff?
Yep, I'm doing a record right now.
Okay.
In the middle of another record. It's going to be called Weirdo, and that's my next Kevin G. Kelly album coming out. It's going to be on Spotify, so I'm going to go ahead and submit it right to there. It's I was one of those CD baby artists.
Yeah, I'm a CD baby.
Yeah. We're all, we all, and what CD Baby says is we'll distribute to Amazon.com and, Apple Music and all these things. And it went out to them, but it hasn't made me a millionaire yet. I don't know why.
Well, that's the thing is they put it there, but they don't promote it for you.
They don't promote it.
So that's the thing. And I don't think I've talked about this on this particular podcast, but since we're talking about promoting as an artist who is, like a recording artist, like creating a website or putting your music on Spotify or like putting it out on the internet, it's kind of like taking a spoonful of tap water and dropping it in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and expecting people to be able to find that particular little bit of water.
Yeah.
Like you have got to steer people to that. And I just recently found some insight on the type of budget it takes to get any kind of attention. And apparently, as an unsigned individual artist, if you want to get any kind of attention at all, you need to be spending $1,000 a month on marketing.
Right. Promote.
Advertising budget, like we were talking about earlier. And if you're like a small independent, small labels will spend about, $3,000 to $5,000 a month per artist on promotion. And major labels will spend $10,000 a month just in advertising on an individual artist.
Yeah.
And so the way that I look at it now, because there's so much great music out there, it's not whether or not you're great, because greatness is truly everywhere if you look.
If you're looking.
But it's more about how great is your advertising campaign.
Yeah.
Because in this world of internet profusion, I mean, if we got together and advertised it properly, we could literally sell freshly laid, steaming piles of Great Dane poop. And we could sell them if we had the right marketing campaign. So that's why I stay so frustrated, because like I feel as though like there's a couple of notches between my music and steaming poop. And I want to be able to, put it out there. But it takes an advertising budget with lots of zeros to make that happen.
Can I let you in on a promotional scheme that I just kind of not really just it's one that's cropped up in the last handful of years.
Please.
So what people do now,
and by the way, this is Devin Merchant, our invisible ghost on the ops.
People are doing. So someone who does this right now is Jason Derulo. What they do is they will take other people's videos, like shorts, right? And he'll put his music on it and then film almost like a reaction video of him reacting to that original video, but with his music on it. And what that does is all the views count towards his streaming views for that song.
Interesting.
So we take a viral video
and put
his own music behind it.
Stitch it.
And other people have been doing this, basically just spamming the YouTube algorithm with a bunch of low quality, not really trying videos, but they slap their music into it because it doesn't. I would say it pumps up their numbers, but it doesn't equate to actual valuable fans or anything. But it makes their numbers look a lot better.
Yeah, numbers are where it's at because I say this all the time: humans are herding animals, and they won't do anything unless they've seen a lot of other.
You're all a bunch of sheep.
Yes, you are.
So that all goes towards their streaming counts and monetizing.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. Thank you for the advice. I'm going to do some. I'm going to do some reaction videos to some stuff.
And as artists, we don't think that we need to start a wave, but we do need to start a wave of marketing. It's the wave is from your concerts, but the marketing is even bigger
Right.
than that.
I wish there was just more of a wave of people being more conscious about what they're consuming rather than just mindless consuming nonsense.
Yeah.
Watch and find stuff that's good quality or meaningful to you.
It's too easy because the next video just shows up and you can stare glassy-eyed at the screen and be inundated with whatever YouTube decides you should be all night long.
Whatever happened to MTV, man? Come on.
Well, that's a two-edged sword because you were subjected to what they thought you should see, but what they thought you should see at the time was way better than what you were seeing without them. Now you can go and see whatever you want. And this is another one of my soapboxes. Okay, so entertainment is more easily accessible. Quality entertainment is more easily accessible than any time in human history.
Yeah.
But yet people watch the worst things ever. Some girl going... Okay, and information on health is more readily available than ever before, but yet as Americans, we are the unhealthiest we've ever been in the history of the world. Like
Mississippi.
The availability of information is not the cure that everybody thought it was.
Yeah.
And as a biker, the mantra of the biking world is that it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And I think something has been, the value of what we are presented has been lost because we don't have to look for it.
Right. You used to have to look for it.
You used to have to look, you used to have to know people who would hip you up to what's cool. And now people think that just what the algorithm decides should be injected into their eyeballs is cool. It is relegated entertainment to valueless garbage.
Yeah.
Now we have the For You page. You let algorithms tell you what's good for you.
Yeah, what they want you to see. Because
Hashtag FYP.
It should be, this is the people who pay the most for advertising page.
Yeah, Facebook's got
Facepox. He just called it Facepox.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Facepox and Instagram.
Sorry, I snorted for a second.
My face.
Yeah, my face. No, that's a couple generations.
Facepox sounds like a virus. Sounds like a disease.
It is.
Sounds like an infection.
It literally is.
Hold on.
He's looking up the domain.
He's going to check his face box.
Okay, what's going on?
Oh, his agent is calling.
Yeah, go ahead and order him.
Is he ordering jerky?
He wants. I'll take the left half of the jerky wall, please.
Yeah, we're on the air.
Yep, everything you said is.
Yeah,
just
let's
been-
go ahead and order him. Getting new tires for my car.
Ooh, he does put a lot of miles on.
This might be a first.
Hey, baby.
This is a first,
get it.
actually.
This is, yeah.
Let's order him.
This section has been brought to you by TireRack.com.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
See, it was a phone call about his warranty,
Yes.
tire warranty.
His tire warranty has just expired and he's had to get some new ones.
Well, Kevin, there's always a first, and that was
That was it. You love her. He loves you.
I
Nobody's
noticed.
ever done that before.
I noticed the phone was buzzing, so she's been trying to call you.
That's pet name for the girl. And this is what happens during our shows. She's like, do you want to buy that or what? I'm like, we're in the middle of a show.
Yeah, go ahead and buy it. I'm about to do a solo. Click.
Yeah,
I'm like,
she
"Get
knows
it!
when to call you. That's
Yeah,
it.
she knows when to call.
Okay.
That's what it
Yeah.
is. Ah, she's
Okay,
a
yeah, whatever.
Smart girl.
Say, well, where the hell did this charge come from? Remember, you said it was okay.
The amazing thing is she's smarter than me, you,
Yeah.
and the neighborhood.
She's got a recording of you saying "Go buy that" with a mysterious lack of timbales in the background.
Oh my God, that's
So
too
that
crazy.
happened.
Yeah. Yep. So all right,
Rock on.
It is what it
Good
is.
job, brother. I want to get a ride on those new tires. I bet they'll be super smooth.
We gave you a ride around the neighborhood.
All right, cool.
So speaking of ride, are you? You said that you were putting the bag on the motorcycle. So you.
I have yet to ride the bike.
Okay.
It's been freaking cold, and I've had a lot of shows. But I plan on riding this weekend, and we'll see what happens.
You know what? Take Devin with you to Bike Week, and then he can experience the whole week. See the twins.
They don't work there anymore.
Oh well.
They thought Devin might be coming, so they quit.
Because you could have stopped at Buc-ee's.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, could do that.
What we're talking about is
Oh,
the fact that
I'm just gesturing. And
Every
loving the
year-
bike.
I think Kevin's
play Bike
trying to
Week
let you
and
know. It says,
Biketoberfest.
"Come, let me go with you."
every year I play Bike Week and Biketoberfest.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so it is the most blatant debauchery.
He's saying to bring me with because I told a story a few weeks ago about how Bike Week was my favorite underage drinking experience.
Yeah.
Nice. And Devin, you're 17?
Close.
No, I'm 25.
There you go.
I would not go back to 17. I was.
Have you been to the Wall of Jerky?
I
he
told you
hasn't.
earlier that was
He hasn't been.
That was the wall next to my bed, in my childhood home.
Yeah.
That was the Wall of Jerky.
Yeah, yeah. Which
There are painters that have been trying to get the sock residue off of that wall for years.
Yeah, Tim. When you keep saying that, please let us know. Is safe search turned on or off on Google when you say that?
Yeah. We don't know that.
So, Paul has got. Are we sponsoring this segment, or is it just going to be the straight up?
So we've got another segment here, Kevin. It's called the House of Wine, Beer, and Spirits MVP of the Week. So, do you got somebody you want to recognize for the something who's maybe helped you in music, or someone who's like made an impact on your career or whatever, something to that effect? You just want to kind of, it's like a shout out kind of thing,
I'm just gonna say it. I met Jimmy Carter.
Really?
I did.
Okay.
I met the president in the East Room of the White House when I was a little kid. The reason is, and so the shout out is to Jimmy Carter for being a humanitarian and being an amazing guy.
He met with actual bass players. That makes him a humanitarian.
I went to a thing for Amy Carter.
Habitat for bass players.
You could say he's based.
We went to, Amy Carter, the daughter.
Yeah.
She was a violin player, and my sister played violin at the same time in Amy's violin class or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And they had a small concert in the East Room of the White House, and we were all invited, just a small group of us, and the president came to say hello to everybody, and I got to shake his hand, and that was all I was going to. But I would say that Jimmy seemed like a super nice guy. I was this tall, but he seemed like a really nice guy, and he tolerated violin music.
When was this?
In the 70s.
That's cool.
It was awesome.
That was last week, Devin.
Yeah.
So that's my
before he
shout out.
passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last thing he did as a human is shook Kevin's hand.
But the only president I ever met, and he was
Yeah.
a very sweet man. So
Interesting. Do you feel, again, we're not getting politically, I'm just asking straight up, right? Question is, it's like, whenever your president leaves office, it's always their career, people look at them differently once they're removed from, being in office. So do you think he's got, people look at him differently now than when he was? Because I know there's a lot of debate, about how his presidency was, but like all those things you mentioned, being a humanitarian, just seemed like a good guy. You almost never hear anybody talk shit about his, unlike others that have come before him and after him, right?
yeah, I mean, he did Habitat for Humanity and taking care of poor people and super Christian values.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty amazing guy, and he exuded that, and he wasn't hiding it. He was just like, I'm just going to build a house for this poor guy over here. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And you could tell, even as a little kid, that he was a really connected guy.
I did not realize that Habitat for Humanity was a Jimmy Carter initiative.
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I know
A
he
long
was
time.
a big part of it, and maybe he started it. I mean, I didn't know where it started from, but anyway, so that's what you get from going to the East Room when your sister plays violin.
Very cool.
Yeah. Turned into a whole different thing after, Bill got there, but
Yeah, things changed for the Buckies.
for the Buckies.
It was
Yes.
beavers and
The beaver nuggets
walrus.
were
I don't think
plenty later on.
Bucky sells cigars?
Hand dipped, actually.
yeah.
Hand dipped cigars.
Right? Yeah,
Yes.
I think they do. Yeah, I have yet to meet the Bucky yet. I have yet to meet Bucky, and he's in a suit. It's furry. Mm-hmm. He's a tall guy. Could be a lady. I don't know. Who knew?
So we went there. We have a tradition of doing a gas station gift exchange with my family. We do it Christmas Eve every
That sounds
year.
like a very trucker thing to do.
Well, that's the joke.
sounds very
It's the joke,
questionable
right?
like
Like if
that.
you're shopping for gifts at here's what you can get for $20 at a gas station.
It's called Brown Elephant.
There's no holes drilled in the side between the stalls with
So this
thing,
year,
are there?
so this past Christmas, we were out of town traveling up to my parents in St. Augustine.
Okay.
So we usually go to the one that's at the corner of Indiantown and A1A here, the little whatever station it is. Right?
Yes.
So
Shell station?
I think, yeah. And so this year was like, well, we're going to be out of town. What are we going to do? And we're like, we could do Buc-ee's. I'm like, oh my God. Usually we'd go into the gas station one at a time so nobody saw what anybody. I'm like, if we did this one at a time at a Buc-ee's,
You'd
we'll
never
be here
able
for-
to find each other.
well, that was
I did almost all of my Christmas shopping at Buc-ee's this year, just so you know.
That's what I'm saying. You could do that if you wanted to.
I did.
I love that.
So yes, people say, "What's a Buc-ee's like?" It's like take a Wawa and a Walmart, and that's basically what it
Yeah, and everything has a beaver on it.
The building
right,
is huge, and there's beavers everywhere.
Yeah,
So
I know. It's almost like the 70s.
Damn beaver! Don't be so hard. Don't be so hard on the beaver.
Yeah, Ward.
Come on, Ward.
You were really hard on the beaver. That's my favorite quote from television of all time.
it's got to be.
So for sure, but yeah. So we're Buc-ee's. Yeah, that we'll just definitely go from there. Yeah. So it was we did Daytona and St. Augustine one day, the same day, Daytona and so forth. So
Wait, I gotta know what was the best gifts from the gas station?
this year. I live stream it too. That's also part of the tradition. We live stream it. We do it live. Not the shopping, but the
You
opening
gave
of
all the
the
ladies those free toilet liners that they sell
Yep.
inside the...
and the balloons that are in the men's bathroom.
Yeah, oh my, yes.
Balloons.
The balloons.
So no,
Festive. That's a party right there.
yeah, no,
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
So
Really?
somebody always ends up with air fresheners. So again, when the kids are younger, you buy them stuff that's like
The air
now-
freshener trees.
Yeah,
Trees,
exactly.
Yeah.
Now they're getting close enough
Now
to
they're all
be.
shaped like beavers. when you buy them at Buc-ee's.
What do they smell like?
Awesome.
They smell like, I don't know. I can't even say that. We'll be banned forever.
No, it's indescribable. That's why. You can't
It
say
smells like the best thing ever.
There you go.
It's also scratch and sniff.
No, air fresheners can't be scratch and sniff because you're supposed to keep hands on 10 and 2.
Was it like a? Never mind. Anyway, so yes. So Jimmy Carter is your MVP of this week. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
for life. I mean, for all humanity. I mean, he was one of the great guys.
So what I didn't know was obviously big. He's known for the peanut farm and put basically Georgia kind of on the map from that aspect of peanuts. And my wife is from New Mexico and she grew up just close to this town that's basically the second largest peanut farm to Georgia.
To Georgia.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know they
Where? In
New Mexico? Eastern New
Peanuts
Mexico.
grow in New Mexico?
Who knew? I thought I'd just go to Georgia and get all the peanuts I need.
No, so her sister will send us every year a jalapeno peanut brittle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What?
That sounds great.
Yeah.
No, that sounds terrible. I love peanut brittle, but if I was going to get
Little
second-degree
spicy.
burns from it, that's different.
Yeah, it's because you're pasty white.
I am a gringo from the deepest level. I'm Irish.
Kev, where are you from? I did not have.
I grew up in Fort Pierce, Florida.
Fort Pierce.
Yes.
Fabulous downtown Fort Pierce.
Fabulous downtown Fort Pierce, Florida.
Nice.
Yes,
man.
I grew up in downtown Fort Pierce, Florida. Wow. Rock on.
I did not know that. You're the first Fort Piercean I've ever met.
Okay. Well, I wasn't born there, but I might as well have been. My parents drugged me here from an undisclosed Yankee state when I was 2 years old.
Jersey.
No, it's not that bad.
It's the other new
The other new.
Hampshire.
Way back when, before we had a chance to say where we wanted to live, our parents would drag us to Florida. And then we found out it was better here.
Hey, why didn't all the Irish just leave Ireland and go to Idaho instead of when there was the potato famine?
Right?
Because
It would have been so logical.
it was
Yeah.
the Irish who brought the potatoes to Idaho. Because it was the only area that started with I.
So did they cause the famine because they brought too many? All the potatoes?
No, the potato famine was a secret plot by the British. No, that's not what happened. It was just a natural part of the way things happen. There was a blight and there was a bad few years and there was a famine. People were starving to death. So they decided to come to the United States instead.
Yeah, and there was stuff in their sack, and they brought it.
Yes, and
plant
they
stuff.
emptied their sack out all over the United States.
Yeah, it's like Buc-ee's.
And now here we are as Irish descendants.
Oh boy. So great chatting, Kevin. So I know we got more stories to talk about and go through. So are you available to come back next week and we talk a little bit more and do a song review also? And
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can't wait to come back for the next segment.
so
I'm going to
So
come.
excited.
there you go.
Is there a Wall of Jerky around here somewhere?
Yeah, the closest one is literally 164 miles away.
Yeah. What time do we leave?
Well, it'll only take us 2.5 hours
Yeah,
to get there.
Get there real quick. There and back. So, all right. So, all right, cool. So we can come back next week and we'll
Yeah,
chat
let's
more.
do it, Kev.
let's
Come
do
on
it.
back next week. We're having a lot
so
of fun.
cool. Very cool.
See you then.
All right. So as we wrap up our part here and get ready to call it a night or day or whatever time we tape this and get going here. You got any shows coming up?
I've got a ton of shows.
end
I
of
was just
January?
doing a lot of advertising about my shows. I am playing some shows.
Cool.
Let's see what they are. I have to look at my schedule now.
No, that's the technique right there.
You can
You're
just go
witnessing.
You can just go to kevinmclaughlinband.com and see. But I'm going to be playing I'm going to be at Charlie's on the 24th of January.
Okay.
And Stuart.
In Stewart, yep, out on 76, doing some solo shows at the Tipsy Tiki. I'm going to be Friday, January 31st. If you have access to airplane tickets, you want your airplane tickets to take you to PBI and bring you to downtown Fort Pierce on the beach and come see me perform my song On the Edge at a bar called On the Edge. It is an epic experience that your family will never forgive you for paying it. I mean, we'll never forget.
So
And then you want to get out of Fort Pierce as fast as possible.
No. There's all kind of fun stuff to go on in Fort
And
Pierce.
you may never forgive either, so it could be this.
No, we've got stuff going on all the time. We're going to be playing at the Martin County Fair. We're going to be
Nice.
playing at Hop Life. We're going to be playing at the Hoffman. We're going to be playing at Pie Hole.
and soon
we
going
got
to the UK,
We
right?
got a long run at Bike Week coming up, and that is, let me tell you what, that is the apex of amazing debauchery.
How you been training your liver for Bike Week?
Just by indiscriminately drinking all the whiskey I could possibly get into my pie hole.
Well, on that note, folks, thanks for tuning in. This is the
Riffs and
Rhythm Podcast. Thanks for joining us there. See. Yeah. So we'll talk about that next week. So, see y'all.